Well, hello everyone. We are just waiting on Jim to come in. Can everybody hear me? I can see there's quite a few of you there waiting, but I need to know if you can hear me before we can actually start. Can you just put your hands up and tell me if you're available? Shirley, I can see you're online. Are you able to put your hands up and tell me if you can hear me, please? How about you, Rachel? Well, let's hope that, thank you very much, Shirley, very much appreciated. Well, I guess everybody can. If you can, Shirley, can you take your hands down? And Rachel and Peter, if you don't mind. And what I'm going to do is to get started. Hopefully Jim will come on board soon. So what we're going to cover today, I guess you've already read what's on the screen, but before I move on, I'd just like to tell you who I am. I'm Kerry Mursell, if you don't already know me, and what we do is we provide all sorts of different marketing tools that help you in your business. We work with small, medium and corporate business. However, because I come from a small business background, I just love working with small business, and I really enjoy helping small business get to where they want to go. So we have a global business, and I'll tell you more about that later, but I have a promise that I'd like to make to you today, and that is by the time the webinar's over, you'll have the power and knowledge to have as many clients as you want, walk through your doors whenever you want. And I'm going to do a step-by-step process to show you how that's going to work today. And I guess before I move on, I need to tell you a little bit about where I've come from. And my husband and I had a scuba diving business back in the 90s. Actually, we started it in the 80s, and the majority of time it was in the 90s. It was called Kira Dive Centre. And I was in charge of all sorts of things, from marketing to driving the boat on the coxswain. And it was really interesting because I hadn't had any marketing experience back then. And I just felt like I was lumbered with it. So what I did was I just threw money at different marketing ideas and just hoped they worked. Anyway, I was absolutely drowning in a sea of I didn't know what I didn't know, and I was being eaten alive. And like, we were even entertained doing marketing for cinemas, and we did it marketing for radio, which really worked. But do you know what? This just throw money at something and hope it's going to work. It was just sending us broke. It really was. We did newspaper, magazines, trade shows, and I just wonder how many of you are in sort of that same place where you know the only way you're going to get ahead is to get more customers. However, if you don't get more customers, how do you get more customers? Okay, you've got to spend money on marketing. What marketing is going to be best for you? And in the marketing sea, there is just so many choices at the moment. We have social media, we have mainstream media. You know how many different types of marketing out there. All of them require a lot of money. And one of the things that you don't seem to achieve in small business very effectively, unless you're pretty switched on, is where your marketing dollars is getting the clients coming through your door. So if you've got great staff and you're getting them to say, hey, where did you hear from us? And they're coming, and you've got, different recording devices to find out where your marketing clients are coming from. Well, hey, you're probably 10 times better than most businesses. But what I know from small business is that you're spending the time on your sales and keeping the business running. However, where your marketing is coming, you sort of have a fair idea of where it is, but probably not as good as what you could. Now, Well, after we had the dive store for about 8 years, and we sold it, and it's still a going concern today. So if you look at Kira Dive on the Gold Coast, you'll certainly see that it's still going. I moved into the property world, and I did incredibly well in the property world. I became written up in magazines and all sorts of things. And if you don't know much about the property world, one thing I can tell you, it's all about marketing. And it doesn't matter how good a developer you are, at the end of the day, you've still got to move the property and market it. So I have a passion for property, and because I've been in that industry for over 10 years now. And I also have a passion for helping people in third world countries, especially women and children. So one of the things I do is I go over with Habitat for Humanity and build houses for the poor. And why this sort of pertains to you, I'm sure you all have a passion for certain people or industries, or even your family you want to help. And the best way to help other people is by having financial freedom, so that you can choose what you do and who you help financially. Now, I choose to help people in third world countries. I'm off to Thailand later in the year to go over and find a community that I can actually spend money in, and you know, buy pigs and chickens and things like that. I'm very excited about it. But for you, if you can make your business an incredible success, we might be able to turn the Australian market around, and also you'll be able to have your freedom of choice. And that's what this seminar is about today, is to try and explain to you how you can get on the very on the front of the wave of technology and actually do incredibly well with your business where most businesses aren't succeeding. So here I am. This was actually the brick wall that we built in. This was in Siem Reap, and there I am, all covered in mud. So mud may not be your thing, but I'm sure you have a cause or a passion or something that you really want to do that's going to make a difference in your world at home and in your world wherever you choose to be. So this is what happened to the world economy back in 2009. And you know what? We are in a totally different environment than what we have ever been before. And as you see, our mining, which was propping the country up, is really struggling. And things change all the time. They change in business. Like, you just think about it. Have you been advertising in social media? Put your hands up, anybody who is doing social media networking or advertising. I see, Shirley, you've still got your hand up from before, so if you could take that down, that might, unless you're going to say yes to everything, and I don't think you will. But, yeah, how about you, John? Right, you do advertise in social media? Okay, fantastic. Well, do you know what? The world has changed, as I said before, and social media is a whole new ballgame. The only thing is, you just can't just keep chucking money at it and hoping. And what I did was actually way back in the dive store, when I was really struggling for marketing, I saw that there was a seminar in the US, and the seminar was on the internet. Now, the internet was like something that businesses had never heard of. But I went over there and I learned how to put businesses on the internet, and I actually changed the whole face of our dive store. And the way I did that was simply by putting my company on the internet when no other companies were actually online. And I put an offer on the internet. You know, like if you type Scuba Diving Australia, all you saw was Kira Dive, Kira Dive, Kira Dive, because that's you know, the other dive shops hadn't embraced the internet back in the early 90s. So what I did was I said, anybody who wants to send me $1 or anything to the value of $1, I will send you a scuba diving sticker. And that's what I did. I had my dive stickers go all across the world. I sent out literally hundreds of them. And in exchange, I got all sorts of really cool things. Like some of the most interesting things I got was a Canadian bear claw. What the bears do, they scratch in the trees and it actually pulls their claws out. So people, you know, pull them out of the trees and keep them. They didn't actually cut the bear's paw off, which is a nice thing. And I got like fossilized shark's teeth. I got shells from all over the place. I got lots. I had a whole drawer full of US dollars, which I wish I would have kept because they'd be worth something now. And but what was really nice was I got orders from all over the world because people couldn't book. They didn't know where to book in Australia. So they'd ring me and they'd say, or they'd email me first and I'd speak to them on Skype and they'd say, oh, we want to dive in Perth. Where can we go? So I booked something in Perth. Now, the world is changing here for you. You've missed the internet. Like you know, you need to be listed on first page in Google and have social, you know, you need your social media marketing and everything like that to be on the front of things if you were going along the internet platform. However, this isn't the internet platform. This is brand new technology that small business isn't embracing. Big business is. And if you want to stand apart from the industry, other industry leaders that whatever industry you're in, you can do this by simply using a mobile app. And I'll show you how very affordable we've made them. And, you know, if you speak to me at a later time, I'll even show you how you can get them for free. So are you on first page of Google? Yes or no? If you're not, I don't know, Google has just made their search engine so efficient that you can, if you search for something and really don't find it on the first page, you've actually put the wrong keywords in. So if you're not getting on first page of Google, you probably need some, you know, your website twigging or you know, doing some keyword searches that's, you know, and get somebody who's expert in that field like us to actually change your website so that you are getting first page listing, because if you're not, you're just not getting the traffic you should be. Do you know what your existing rate of return is? And how about you, Mary? You know, like, I don't want to make a stand out here, but do you know your existing rate of return is on your marketing? If you know, and I mean very clear on that return. Can you put your hand up if you do? And I'll just keep talking. We'll come back to you in a minute. And is your website competing online with similar businesses or even global e-commerce? And the reason I say that is that now if you have an industry like you see here, this is iHerb. I buy like natural products and you know, tablets like vitamin C and stuff like that. It's far easier and cheaper for me to buy it on iHerb than to actually drive down to the local naturopath shop and get it there. It comes from America. It comes in a couple of days, and it's very, very easy. They often give you bonuses, and you know, there's always specials on the site. If you had a natural food business, you are competing with iHerb in America. And you'll find that nearly every business is competing, even Australia-wide, but internationally as well, depending upon what your business is. And so you have to have a pretty solid presence to make sure you're getting enough market share to keep your company going. So here's what Google announced. They said that 2013 websites that were not ready for mobile, they wouldn't even rank or even be visible. So just think, do you have a website that if you open it on your mobile phone, it doesn't look ridiculous? And an easy way to actually check whether your website is mobile ready, if you just log on to your website on the internet, put your cursor on the bottom right hand side of your screen and drag it up to be about a quarter of the screen. Now if it drags up, that means it is mobile ready because it'll actually fit on a mobile screen. If it just cuts off you know, 2/3 of the page, it's not mobile ready. So if your website isn't mobile ready, you need to have a mobile ready website. Otherwise, Google is really going to punish you and not even list it, which is death to an online business. Now, overnight, now this is American statistics. Australia, we don't have, I was unable to find statistics on how many businesses in Australia use. I would imagine that it'd probably be far, far more businesses that don't have a mobile presence than what happens in America. But over 91% of small businesses don't have a mobile presence. So if and that's absolutely massive, because I'll give you a few statistics. So in 2015, 1 billion smartphones will be sold. Now that is double personal computer sales. So consumers are moving to phones and notepads rather than laptops. There's going to be more mobile devices on Earth than people, and by 2017 there'll be over 268 billion app downloads. Now, that number I can't even quantify, but I know it's an awful lot. And you know, you need to give your clients value, and value that they will pay for. So just think, if you had a mobile app, and as I go through this presentation, I'll give you lots of ideas about how you can use a mobile app, and see if you can wrap it around your business. You get engaging business ideas that you can share with your clients. You don't need any technical skills. You get to engage with your clients directly. So everybody who's got a mobile phone, yeah, I'll talk about push notifications later, but you can actually send them a message and they'll get that on their phone instantly. If you have other competitors, like say if you're a Domino's Pizza, they have an app, but they're a big company, of course. But if you had a Domino app pizza on your mobile, and you didn't have a Pizza Hut on your mobile, you would just use Domino's because it's there. And that's one of the very wonderful things about having a mobile app, is that you're going to have your clients using your business simply because you're actually in their face, you're actually in their pocket on their phone. You can have unlimited referrals, and I'll talk about a strategy of referring people to get more business. I don't know about you, but I have a pile of cards on my desktop here. You know, when you go there, you get a loyalty card, for example. You go to Spotlight and they say, oh, you're a Spotlight member, I'll give you 10% off. I never remember to take my Spotlight card when I go to Spotlight, but I've got them in a pile. All sorts of, you know, coffee clubs and all sorts of things in a pile. I can't have all the cards I have in my wallet because I'd never be able to close it. So, you know, it's a very easy way to do coupons and send out magazines if you're in that industry, loyalty. And you know what, this could possibly be where most of your sales are made, because it's working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you know what, you may even come to work and find that you've got orders before you open the door. And I guess that'd be pretty exciting to most people. Now, the customer is always right. And I've always run my businesses, the customer is always right, and I do bend over backwards to give as much service as I possibly can. But the customers are right now because they're wanting your service on their phone. They don't want to go through the internet. They just want what they want, easy access, and it's simple. So as testament to this, 80% of the time on a mobile is spent inside apps, and 72% of tablet owners purchase online from their tablets each week. Now, that's not people walking into your shop or using your service. That's actual people going onto their app and purchasing your product. Now, by 2017, the app market will be a $77 billion industry. So if you're serious about your business and you really, really want to be in front and foremost, of your other industries, this will take you there. Now, 3.9 hours, this statistic's unbelievable. 3.9 hours per day people spend on apps and notepads, which is phenomenal. What I find interesting about this, though, have a look. TV is 1.5. So you look how much people are spending on watching TV now, and I guess maybe TV, just like video stores, are becoming a thing of the past. So that's interesting. So there are 3 types of apps. One type is the app that go on an Android and Apple, and that's it. That's the app we make. It's actually standalone software. Like you've got Windows, that's software. Well, this is software. It's an app software. We have different coding, one for Android, one for Apple. Then there are websites that look like apps, and we call them the poor man's app. And so they don't have all the bells and whistles that a normal app has, like where it doesn't have like push notifications and that. If you wanted to notify people, you'd have to do that through email or different alternatives with the website, and websites that are redesigned for mobile screens. And that's what I was talking about a minute ago. You need to have a mobile ready website, otherwise Google will punish you. Well, if a developer comes up and says, I can give you a mobile app, and all it is a website ready for, that will work within a mobile phone, that's not a mobile app at all, and you're not going to get all the different bells and whistles that you need to actually make your company even more successful than what it is now. So we did a survey. And we surveyed over 500 small business owners, this is in the US, with a mobile app and a mobile website. So they had both. And we wanted to know who had the best return on investment. So if you were thinking, oh, look, I'll just get my website mobile ready and do some SEO, let's just have a look what these business owners said. So which returned the higher return on investment? 73% said the mobile, 27% said the mobile website. Which does your customer prefer? 81 said the mobile and 19 said the mobile website. So even the customers are enjoying the experience of using the app. Which is best for getting new customers? 75% said the mobile. For repeat customers, 86% said the mobile. And here are some reasons business owners are using mobile apps. And customer loyalty, 41%. Well, that's not surprising because you're in direct contact with your customers whenever you want to be. Customer service. You know what? How cool would it be for you to have a system where your customers could pre-order whatever they wanted and even pay for it and just walk into the shop and just pick it up? Like, depending upon what business you are, that certainly would be a service I would really love to use. And to be honest, I've never walked into a small business. I've walked into big business, but never walked into a small business and been offered a mobile app for any reason. And if I had, I would have downloaded it. But, I would have taken it there and then, especially if they'd given me something, a free offer or a discount in future. If I went to Spotlight and they said, hey, I'll give you 10% off, which is what they do, just take my app, I'd take their app. I wouldn't have a card to carry around. When they had a special on, and Spotlight runs specials all the time, they could just flick me a push notification, say, hey, we got a special on, whatever it is this week, you want it? Like, I mean, what a great service. I would love that service. Increased revenue, and 15% of people took on an app because it increased their revenue. Improved communication. This is standout. So this is actually what I was talking about, where you become an industry leader. Your company has an app, the other company doesn't. So yes, you're definitely going to stand out from the crowd. And I don't know what other is. Yeah, you can have a guess at that. So which has the higher usage? 67% of people said a mobile app had the higher usage. and push notifications, which I'll explain later, versus email. So even emails at the moment are getting about 20% open rate. So push notifications, because they're on your phone, the user does have the choice to turn a push notification on the app off if they choose to, but most likely if you're going to send them really good offers, they're not going to choose to turn your app off. They're going to leave it on because they don't want to miss any of your offers. And if you've got an education or a service industry and you're sending out good information, like say if you had a bike shop, you might send out, a little video on how to quickly change a tyre on a bike. People will want that because they've got your app, they've got a push bike, they're your target market. And 69% of businesses agree that mobile marketing is the key to small business growth over the next 5 years. So it's, it's just a fantastic tool to actually make your business even more of a success. And as you can see, it has increased 10 times in 4 years. So the growth is just, 10 times in 4 years. It's not doubling. The growth of apps, you watch next time, in a year's time, you'll see it'll be up to here. It'll be massive as people have come on board and businesses realize the power of this. To have in-app advertising, 65% of smartphone users click through to an advert to somewhere else online. So as an extra bonus to your app, you can have in-app advertising, something like Facebook ads or Google AdWords if you want to on-sell in-app advertising. You can have other companies for in-app advertising, so you could have sister companies that you could actually have a referral agreement with, or you could charge them to advertise on your apps. And when you have a look at some of the profits can be made, Candy Crush, which is just a little game if you haven't heard of it, they make $70,000 a day from click-through advertising. So it's massive possibilities to have this product. Now, if you have a look at this website here, you can go online there and you can actually download. This is a restaurant app, and it's an example of the quality of the product that we actually put out. So I would hope that somewhere in your registration that you may have received the Mando app URL and you've downloaded it on your phone. But if you haven't, at the end of this presentation, I'm going to give you a whole bunch of links, and I'm going to give you a free book on that I'll tell you about later as well. And this Mando app link is in there as well, so that you don't need to do it straight away. Okay, now, unfortunately, Jim, he travels the world, and he does that on a weekly basis. He's a professional speaker and speaks at seminars all over the world. And he was going to talk to you today on Apple Pay, and he was going to give you a real live demonstration of the app. But unfortunately, he hasn't been able to get here today. I would imagine that he's caught in a flight somewhere, or I don't know. I haven't heard from him, which is very unusual. So I'll just talk a little bit about Apple Pay, and I'll take the picture of Jim off, because unless he pops in, we'll just leave that one on. And Apple Pay is already in the US, and it has taken the US by storm. It's got fingerprint technology, and I don't know if any of you have the iPhone 6. I do, and all you do is put your finger on the button, and it automatically unlocks your phone. So with the Apple Pay, you can go into a store. You just scan your phone, put your finger on the phone, and it automatically pays. I think the Apple Pay system is greatly reduced to what Visa or MasterCard is. Like, I think businesses pay, somewhere around 2.5% now for Visa. I'm not really quite sure what Australia business pays. However, in the US, the Apple Pay system's about 1.5% to use their facilities. It's taken taken America by storm, and anybody who has an iPhone can use the Apple Pay system. They just put their Visa card in, and everywhere they go, they can just swipe it with fingerprint technology. So it stops, you know, all the problems that we're experiencing with you can get people's data from credit cards wirelessly, and a lot of people don't like the tap and pay system that we have at the moment for under $100, because it's just too easy for people to exploit that. Well, the Apple Pay system is going to change all that, and it will come to Australia, and it will come to Australia as soon as they're finished in America. It's been in America, I guess, for about 3-4 months now. So so look out for that. And if you're thinking of getting a new phone, maybe think about an iPhone, because then you'll get the new Apple Pay system when it comes to Australia. So here's back at, okay, so now let's just pretend that was Jim, but it wasn't. It was really me. Jim was also going to run through the process of the Mando app and show you exactly how it works. Plus, we have different ones from you know, from different shops and clubs and things like that, which Jim normally talks about. But I'm going to go show you some different solutions to different businesses and different ideas that I have. And before I do, we're going to do 7 ways businesses are making a killing using mobile app. So I wonder if someone could tell me what business they're actually in. Shirley, are you there? Would you like to tell me what business you're actually in? I'm just picking random people from the list. And if you do, Shirley, I'll try my best to talk about your business as we go through this presentation. If you can, just type it in the box below, and so that I can actually see what your business is. You don't have to tell me your business name, just what industry you're in, and I should be able to discuss it from there. So this is push notifications. Now, what a push notification is, if you wake up today and decide that you want to send your clients a message, you can just type in, you know, 8 words, whatever it is, or, you know, a coupon or whatever you'd like to send your clients. Once your app is built, you get access to the back end, and you can just type in your words, hit push, and it goes to all the clients who have an app. Now, another way to notify your clients is by using fence notifications, and that basically is more or less the same. Network marketing. Hey, Shirley, thanks. That's basically the same as push notifications, except when a client comes close to your business. Let's say, for example, you had a football field, right? Everybody was going to the football, and you were selling sporting equipment, footballs. So every person who walks into that stadium, because you've made that the fence, will get an instant notification saying, hey, I've got footballs on special. They're half price plus, I don't know, Wally Lewis or pick a somebody has signed them. That's a fence notification. So we've got 2 ways that we can notify our people. One, by them walking into a designated area or town, or you know, like say if you had a restaurant in a winery, you might have an app, and the app would have 10 different wineries marked in a certain area. As they came near that area, as they came near your restaurant, you might find that their wineries actually pop up, and they're notified of these different wineries as well. Lots of different uses for fence notification, which is different to push. Push notification, you send it out. Fence notification, they drive through the area and it's automatically, or walk through the area or whatever, and it's automatically sent to the clients. And you know what? This is what a push notification looks like. Okay, it just pops up on your phone, and it goes, I'm a push notification. It wouldn't say that. It could have a website link there. So you could actually have a coupon on your website. It could say, click here to find out how you get 70% off footballs or whatever you want to sell. A band on tour could notify fans that tickets are nearly sold out. A restaurant could boost loyalty by sending a special offer to the customers. Hey, come in today and you get a free entree. Or a store could announce umbrellas on sale. Like say at the moment in Queensland, which is where I am, it's raining, absolutely bucketing. We've got a cyclone coming down. And hey, wouldn't it be a great day if you were selling umbrellas to say that you had a special umbrellas, or get an umbrella and you get something free with that? All right, so how many people actually, okay, fantastic, thanks for that. So we've got Fat Loss Systems, skincare and wellness, and network marketing. So one of the wonderful ways to get orders before you actually open your doors is by having a notification when people are commuting. How many people do you know work in the city or work somewhere where they've got to commute? Now, Sydney is a perfect example of this. Everybody has to commute to the city unless you're paying some phenomenal place, car parking, or unless you live in the city. So let's imagine you send your push notification out at, say, some reasonable time, like 7:45 in the morning or 6 in the evening when everyone's going home. Everybody's just sitting on the train. Have you guys been in a train lately? Everybody's just sitting there looking at their mobile phones. They've got their earphones in. If you were going to sell a product, wouldn't it be a great way to sell a product when everyone's just sitting there doing nothing, just waiting for something to happen? And, you know, so you can target different times depending upon your clientele, because that might just really rocket your business by promoting to people who really have not a lot of other things to do. So I guess the question you ask yourself is, what would be the best time to send information? And maybe you'd like to send a little video. Here we go, weight loss tips. You might like to send a weekly weight loss tip or a weight loss video, or the easiest exercise video that you've ever done. Skincare, what a fabulous way to get your message of skincare around. You could do 10 tips on how to have the most beautiful skin on the planet, and send one of those, every 3 days, and then on the 4th day send, here's product of the month, and I'd like to give you a special. I'd like to give you a product with it. Wellness, that wellness education. See, people are just craving information and education on even network marketing. Shirley, they're just craving information. They don't know what to do. What I believe one of my jobs is to help small business work out what they need to do, and I just love working with small business, helping them, because I know how much money I just threw down the drain. Like how many campaigns I did, and like we did colour magazine advertising that got zero. We did like full page ad in the scuba diving magazine, zero. It's just it was just so disappointing. Advertising in major newspapers, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Gold Coast, zero. It's just, to spend so much money and to get so little results, it really is a really tough thing in business. I don't know how it affects you, but back then it really affected me, and I was just desperate to find something that worked. And back then it was the internet, but the internet's a lot harder now. So let's get business before the wave hits on something that people really want, and something that's going to make your business work. And let's get in now before everybody else does, and become an industry leader. So here's an idea for fence push marketing, and that is like, what if you had a car wash? it's not going to work for you today because it's raining. But just what if you had a car wash and you've got all the cars driving past your business, and maybe just once a week you send out a special, hey, come into our car wash on Tuesday. I will give you, you know, free car wash or a free wax or whatever you're going to do. Tuesday special. Next week do a Wednesday special. Every week do a special. You're in their face, you know. You could even have you know, like, I mean, you as a car wash, you would have a lot of clients on your database already. So all they have to do is download their app. All you do is download my app, and you'll get a free wax next time you come in. Just show me your app, right? And it's going to get your business. It really is. So I talked about the football match before, which is a sports score, and this is a fence notification. So this is what you can do in the back end of the actual app. You can actually do a specific area, which is incredible. Or that could be the whole of Brisbane or the whole of Sydney. You can make it as small or as big as what you want. All right. So Groupon are actually making a killing on the 2-for-1 offer. So here's the fourth dynamic offer to create sales and just deliver in time offers. And I'm sure you know, we've all got distributors. If we're selling like a fat loss system, it's easy to go back to your distributor and say, hey, listen, I want to offer my clients this really, really super deal. What can you give me that's to give me for free or give me at cost, so that I can actually, you know, get them on board. We used to do that in the dive industry, and our diving, like, we'd run treasure hunts and things like that, and we'd get thousands of dollars of products and prizes. Another way you can go is by having competitions. Weight loss is a wonderful way to go. I'm overweight, and I often run weight loss competitions within friends of ours, within my friends, and we work for $100 prize, which we all chip in. But a little weight loss competition just for your weight loss community, easy way to keep people together. An added step is that you can actually do a Facebook group, which doesn't cost anything, and just have all the people in the competition on the Facebook group, which are interacting with each other, talking about your products. Of course, you're in there as well, so you're controlling it, talking about your products, how their weight loss is going, and who's winning and who's losing. So a movie theatre can track and send a coupon to users who are nearby. So once again, here we go, fence notification. You know, you're in, say, Westfields, a major shopping complex, and the movies have, you know, they have a quiet time. They might send a push notification to anyone who gets within 20 yards of their movie cinema, telling them that they have a special screening on for them, and the price is 2-for-1 movie tickets. A bar. Say you've got a really slow night and you have a bar, we just send out a happy hour notice. Anyone who's got an app, you're now on happy hour. This isn't for anybody else, but only the people who've got an app. Come on in and we'll give you a, you know, half price drink or whatever their happy hour deals are. And they can make it exclusively to people. Hey, you want to buy a drink? Show me your app. All right, you haven't got an app. The guy sitting at the bar next to him goes, hey, how did he get that drink for that? Oh, I've got an app. He wants an app too. Everybody, all your customers should have one of your apps, because that's how they're going to refer you, that's how they're going to contact you, that's how they're going to order through you, and that's how you're going to make a lot more money in your business. And I've recently come back from China, and I was in Guangzhou, and I was really fortunate to have some of the lovely ladies over there take me out for lunch. And they have about an hour for lunch, and all the restaurants were just incredibly busy. Like, you know, people would queue to get in lunch. So what this Chinese restaurant did was they said, if you order prior to coming, I will give you 10% off. I will also ask for you to pay. So the girls didn't, because it was a business lunch, the girls didn't pay for lunch, their company did. So their company paid for lunch through the app, before they actually came into the restaurant, and they had to nominate a time. So they said, I'm going to come in at 12 o'clock. They put their order in. As we walked through the door at 12 o'clock, the meal was being put on the table. So can you imagine how much downtime restaurants do, where you go in, you wait, you know, it takes you 5 minutes to read through the menu. What's everyone going to have? You're going to share or whatever. And then you order it, and then the chef cooks it. So it's like a 20-minute experience before you've got the order on the table. Well, what the restaurants over there are doing, they can turn customers around in half an hour, because from 12, the next lot of seating starts at 12:30. So instead of just doing in that 1 hour, one seating, they're doing 2 seatings. So they have doubled their profit in a lunch simply because they're using an app. They're giving their customers 10% off. They're giving their see, they don't even pay. The customers order online and pay before they get there. And so when the customer's finished, it's none of this waiting in queue to pay as you walk out the door. It's already paid for. And the girls love it. They just order what they want. They come in, they eat their meal, they stand up and they leave, and the company's paid for it. And everybody wins. So that's a, you know, restaurant. I believe every restaurant in Australia should have an app, because it's just such a wonderful process. And we have now a point of sale system as well. So you can order through the app. It actually gets printed out. We have a little printer. It's about, I don't know, $290, something like that. It's wirelessly printed through the printer. The order's printed out. The chef cooks the meal straight from the kitchen. It's seamless, and it's all paid for. So what I'm going to do is show you this is only a 1-minute testimonial from a restaurant owner, and
And one of the most powerful tools that I've implemented recently has been our restaurant's mobile app, for a number of reasons. Our customers love it. It's always fun. It lets us communicate with specials through push notifications. We have a loyalty program integrated in the app, and customers can even place food orders right inside the app. Mobile food ordering is a great way for any restaurant to increase its bottom line for a few reasons. Number one, we receive larger orders through mobile apps because of its convenience. And this has been proven in many restaurants, not just ours. Number two, we get more orders from our customers. Number three, it's all automated, so it saves our restaurant time compared to phone orders. And if you haven't created a mobile app for your restaurant yet, you definitely should, as this will help you get ahead of your local competition so quickly. It'll also help you grow your restaurant's bottom line and save your employees time, and that's what you're really looking for.
Okay, so have we got any restaurant owners on our board today? Just put your hand up if you are. The reason I talk a lot about restaurants is it's people understand, like everybody's been to a restaurant, so they understand the restaurant business. As I've talked about, you can double your seating. You know, you can easily triple your sales, like have downtimes, you send out information. If you're a gym or personal trainer, and that would come under your weight loss system, you'd easily be able to sell supplements and that to a captive audience, like especially when new products come out. Hey, listen, this is, you know, this is the latest product that's just come out. I haven't tried it, but here. Right, this is what it says. You know, are you willing to try it? For the first 3 people, I'm prepared to give you this. And charities, you can pre-sell tickets through events, and the apps are wonderful things for charity, because they can actually sell sponsorship through the app. It's so dead easy to set up for them, and they can actually make a profit by actually having the app and selling sponsors. So, and if anyone's interested in that, just type in the chat that you're interested, and I'll talk about that a bit later if you want. So all our apps, they come with shopping carts. So if you have products, you can put them in the shopping cart. If you aren't into you know, if you're not doing shopping carts system, like maybe you're just a service, like say if you're a motor mechanic, you probably wouldn't need a shopping cart, although you might need just a very short product list. Mobile searches related to restaurants, again, have a conversion rate of 90%, with 64% converting within the first hour, and 68% of users who make a purchase will redeem mobile coupons to make a purchase. So coupons are a marvellous way of generating revenue. I know I use coupons, like I travel a lot, and I'm quite happy to go to Groupon or any of those communities that use coupons and redeem discounts. But these are clients who've already spent in your business, or they're referral clients, one of the two. So the likelihood of them using a coupon is very high, because all you want to do is keep bringing your customers back. And you bring your clients back, you give them good service, you stand up and you say, I've got an app, and the app is what they're wanting. You're just giving to the clients all the time, and they'll give to you by actually using your products and services. So I like to add an exclusive client membership, so only people who've got your apps can become members. So that would be, like I was talking about, the bar. Hey, if you've got an app, you can have a discount. You can get in, you know, if you had a nightclub, you can get into my nightclub for free. Just show your app at the door. Anybody who's got an app doesn't have to queue. Show your app at the door. Wow, now that'd be impressive, wouldn't it? So we can do your own blog. If you've got LinkedIn communities that you want, Google Circles. If you want to run MailChimp, we have over 40 plugins that you can use. You just choose which ones are going to be suitable for you. And but what we do is each industry has certain facilities that nearly all the businesses in that industry like, and so we put those in and we say, look, if there's anything that's not going to be included that you'd like, just tell us and we'll actually do that for you. Here we go, educators and professionals. So if you're an accountant, you can send the latest tax changes, lawyers, incentives for referrals, and financial, lawyers could be like, if you wanted to, how about I'll draw your will up for free? Refer me, and I'll draw you and the referrals will up for free. Because once people have their will done up, then they'll tend to go back to that same legal company for other products and services. Financial planners, who doesn't need tips and hints for investing in a changing world? We all do. Real estate agents, if you know any, I have an amazing system. Because I have a property history, I can help them get more houses and units for sale than they thought possible. It's using the latest technology. It's using technology that their competitors, none of them have, because I still deal with agents on a weekly basis. And if you are in the real estate industry or know somebody who's struggling to get properties on board, get them to give me a call and I will be able to help them immensely. Across all platforms, as I said, sometimes if you go to other app design companies, they'll say, okay, it's going to cost X amount for iPhone, X amount for Android. If you want HTML, it's going to cost you. So we just do a one cost. And as I said, we've got over 40 different plugins to choose from, and I'm quite happy to send you the list if you want to see what different plugins they are. But they're all super cool, and depending upon your business, you choose about a dozen. But you don't want too many on your app, just ones that are going to blow the socks off your clients. Now, number 7 is industry leaders, and you can enhance your overall experience. Without your clients, you're just not going to be making any money. And I think we should be treating our clients a lot better than what we are. I know, some of the service places where you go and get service isn't the greatest, and definitely we should be making our clients feel special. And if they do feel special, they'll keep coming back. So if you're spending marketing money, on a global basis or an Australian basis or a local basis, what you're trying to do is throw a fish net over the land and the sea. it would be far better off just targeting the audience who want to buy your products and services and expand on that than trying to get everybody, because in business, everybody is not your client. So some of the ways you can market today, and I've tried all of those. And some more ways that you can actually market today. We're spoilt for choice, aren't we? Which way to go, what to do. And this is how some companies are marketing today. And this is what they've been doing for years and years and years. And you have a look, the only way that that man there is going to sell his coffee is if you actually walk past his restaurant. But if you walked a street down, you wouldn't see that sign at all. So have a look there, lunch special, 0. The lady had forgotten to write the 1 in front of it. It was $10. That board had been outside her restaurant for 2.5 hours and nobody had come in and asked for the $0 special. So how effective is that? Not effective, I don't think. But, you know, people are still advertising like that, but we can do far better and we can have a far better reach. Here's one of my favourites. I enjoy talking to people and network marketing. And so what I like to see all business do, instead of swapping business cards, actually have a, you know, like someone comes to you and says, oh, here's my business card. And they say, oh, have you got one? And you say, no, actually, let me just take the number off your business card. I've got a mobile app and that's got all the information about me and my business. Plus, if you download this mobile app, and I'm going to send you an SMS message straight away while we're talking, you download the info on the mobile app, I'm going to give you a free whatever. And so all you do is punch their mobile number in there, hit send. It automatically sends, because we have a referral button on the app, it automatically sends to the person who's just given you the business card, and it downloads onto their phone. Now, wouldn't you think that would impress somebody, you know, who you met at a business meeting, or, you know, they've got, I don't know about you, I don't normally take mobile apps off my phone. You know, I just leave them there once they're there, because then I have to work out how to take them off again. So it's a fabulous way of getting your word around, and it's going to make your business look so professional because nobody else is doing it. Nobody else has offered me a small business app as yet. I look forward to it. Now, I have a local butcher shop, and every Monday they email me a special. And here's the deal. I went down there and I didn't print out the special. And I went down there to buy the lamb this day. And I said, where's your $5.99 lamb? And they said, where's your bit of paper? And I said, I don't have the bit of paper. I didn't print it out. And they said, unless you get the bit of paper, you don't get the lamb at that price. You have to pay $8.99. And so, you know, instead of they could have done that simply by an app. I would have had the app on the phone, and instead of me walking out with $8.99 thinking, oh, that wasn't great, they could have, you know, it could have been so much better. It could have been a great customer experience. Anyway, I will talk to them about getting an app sooner or later. So it's a way to smash your competition. You can lure customers back in who haven't been in for a while. You can have your customers shop during small pockets of time, you know, like I showed you about on the train. And you can discount inventory. So say if you had, I don't know, fruit and veggie shop or something that had milk, cheese products, you could just discount. You say, hey, milk, you know, 50 cents a carton, come in now. Now, is there likelihood that they're going to buy something else apart from milk? Yes, there is. So it's just another way for you to move products that aren't moving. All right. So running your business at 110% capacity, that for me is the very best thing that can happen in my business, because most businesses have quiet days, busy days, you know, low days. You know, even public holidays, we get so many in Australia, but wouldn't it be cool if you could still sell products and services on your public holidays to your existing clients who aren't doing anything because they couldn't work out what to do? And here we have Easter coming, and, you know, a lot of public holidays, Anzac Day, all around that period. Wouldn't it be cool to sell your products when you weren't even open? So we have a facility where you can make an appointment on the apps, and I'll show you about a hairdresser in a minute, how she works her appointments. It can reduce your marketing costs. So there's no printing, there's no email. When you send a push notification, it's free. If you send an SMS notification through any of the SMS companies, it costs you around 15 cents each notification. If you send an email, it costs you whatever it costs, to send your email out. So this once you have the up and running, it's basically a no-cost process, and you can generate income from that app in lots of ways. You show your customers you care, give them gifts, video support, new ideas, manuals, events, personal invitations, and other happy customers. Like, I mean, how cool would it be for you to do quick video testimonials or just written testimonials so that other people could see how wonderful your service is? Do you have special events? Do you, would you, one of the things I encourage your app users to do is to have an app party. Let's have a releasing of the app. Get your customers in, get some hype going, get them to get their friends in, make it an occasion. Do you want to do contests, quizzes, coupons, specials? It's all, really easy to do through the app. We can set everything up for you if you want, which is what we do. And then once it's all set up and that, as I said, we give you the back end. It's a step 1, 2, 3, 4, very easy process, and you can you can change it or make it however you want it to look. We have the most cost-effective way that I know of for you to become a leader in your industry. You can collect customers' feedbacks and testimonials, and you can sell products. So it's a one-stop package that you can do. Anything that you can do on the internet can be integrated into your app, and then you can use your app as a holding place for you to contact all your clients. So, okay, let's get to the pointy end of this webinar, and how having a mobile app works for you. Okay, 14 days from your payment, your mobile app will be ready for a review. Now, you need to get your information to us. We take most of the information from your website. We'll take your logos and everything from your website. We'll do all the customization of the app as to your requirements. However, you need to get it within 14 days. Like, if you want this done within 14 days, you need to get your information to us. Now, after that, what we do is we put it up on the Apple and Android store, so your business is in international, and it takes how long it takes. Now, the last one we put up took 10 days. It's in a third-party business, which is Apple and Android. It's out of our control, so we can't give you an exact time that it's going to take to go up onto these platforms. However, we talk 28 days from start to finish, providing you get your information to us in a reasonable time frame. All right. Now, apps, have a look on the internet. How much do apps cost? They say, if you go and have a look at Appster, which is one of the major app providers, the projects start from $25,000. Why we can do this app for a fraction of this cost is simply because we have a skeleton app, and we just plug in. We have a skeleton app that we have. Our app team actually put all the plugins into place into this skeleton app, and we can do it. We have certain industries, about 20, 25 industries that we can pick from, and it just automatically comes together. Then we use the information that you've given us to go onto the app so that it's all fully operational, and we can do that very cost effectively. So this is the price. We have a one-off fee of $297, and that's what we call a setup fee, or a deposit, whatever you want to call it. And then it's $195 per month. what that is in is US dollars. We are a global company. Our app developer is he's one of the largest digital companies in Europe, and Jim, he's American, and I'm Australian. So we have a global company, so unfortunately we have to do this in US dollars. But what you lose on the swings, you gain on the roundabout, and as you can see, there's no GST. So it sort of pans out all right. There's no GST on that. So because it's in US dollars and it's paid to an overseas company, it's you save that 10%. It covers all platforms. We give you unlimited support. We give you a script for your website, because here's another way for you to get customers. When they go to your website, there's a code and it pops up and it says, hey, you're better off looking at this on an app. And if you take our app, you can get whatever you're going to give them, and they download the app. So anyone who comes to your website is given an offer to actually download your app. Well, how quickly is that going to increase your clientele? If you've got a shop front, you can have QR code for scanning. We'll give you all the plugins you want from our list of plugins, and as I said, there's over 40. Now, what I'm going to offer you here is if you're going to order this app and order it today, I will speak with you personally either after the webinar today or maybe tomorrow, or a time that's suitable for you. And I will work out a personal strategy with you and your business as to how you're going to make money as quickly as possible by using this app. What's the best way for you to do that? I will spend as much time as you want on the call. And it normally takes about 30 minutes to an hour. And in the property industry, I don't know if you've heard my name. I'm quite well known. I charge $500 an hour for my service, so I'm quite happy to give you that. Not on property, of course, but although if you want to talk about property, I'll talk about property. But I'm quite happy to give you that time to make sure that it's going to work for your business. Because if it's not going to work for your business, I'll tell you, it's got to work for your business. Otherwise, we're not going to take you on as a customer. And the perfect business it will work for is business to consumer. Business to business is a lot harder, and you'd have to have a very specific reason why to have that app. So here's a testimonial that I'm going to
show. If your business is taking appointments over the phone or by hand into an appointment book, that's fine. The system, it has served countless business owners for a very long time, and it's bug proof. Well, as long as your receptionist is on the ball. And I'm not going to tell you that this has to change. What I'm going to tell you, though, is the cost of using that system, and only that system. Some sales prospects, they may avoid your business, and they may book instead with a competitor. And this is the exact reason why my hair salon business, we created a mobile app. So, my clients can make an appointment right from their mobile phone. And now I have more appointments coming in than I ever have had before. And it's all because of my mobile app. It's just easier for my clients. It's easier for me. It saves time, which it just helps everyone out. So if you own any sort of business that takes reservations, I highly recommend creating a mobile app for your customers to schedule their appointments on the go. It'll help grow your business, and it'll keep your clients coming back. So you have time, create a mobile app today.
Okay, so here's what I believe the risk to be, and that is the risk is that you don't get a mobile app for your business because your competitors are going to get a mobile app for their business. At the moment, when you go to small businesses, nobody's giving you an app. It will get to a point where you go to one business and they say, hey, take my app. And you go, well, what am I going to get for the app? And they're going to say something. You're going, no, thanks. And the reason you're going to go, no, thanks, is because every business you go in want to give you an app. It will get to that point. At the moment, we haven't even got to a point where people are offering you an app every 10 businesses. So once you manage to get a client on your app, you have that client, and that client is attached to you through that app. And I can't see why, if you offer them a quality product and good service, they are not just going to keep spending with you over and over again. So my concern is that businesses who aren't embracing mobile app technology now are going to get left behind, just like what happened on the internet. So if you order this today, I will offer you some bonuses. And you know, I'm going to take, as I said, I'll give you already that time I'll spend one-on-one with you to make sure that it's right for your business. Unlimited support. I'll also give you 2 years secure hosting. I'll set up an outbound email service for you if you want. I'll import 2,000 of your contacts, because if you want to run an email account through your app, you know, you may need that service. I'll design your first campaign, and that'll be with you. And I'll also give you exclusive access to the Clever Business App Ideas community and program. And that's so that we keep in contact if you've got questions along the way, if you want to meet other app owners, how they're going, what marketing they're doing on different businesses. It'll be a closed community that you'll be able to be part of, and that'll help your business if nothing else. So I'm going to add another $2,674 in bonuses. And if you want to actually take this offer up, you can go to this website here and actually pay the $297. All right. The next payment will be in a month's time, which will be the $197. Now, we guarantee the product, and if you're not happy with what you receive, you know, after our conversation, if you go, nah, this isn't going to work for me, I don't like the marketing strategy, or for whatever reason you don't like what's happened up until we start actually building the app and we get it into preview stage. And that's what we do. We actually get the app into preview stage. We go back to you, we work with you, say, now look, this is what the app's going to look like. Do you want this? You know, are you happy with it? Do you want any changes or whatever? Once it's out of preview stage and we put it up on the Google platform, then it's live and operational. So anywhere up to preview stage, if you're not happy with what we're doing, we'll give you a refund. All right, we're 100% money back guarantee. I've been in business in Australia for a long, long time, and I've got a very good reputation. So the introductory offer, and it's not going to be at this price forever. It includes, we're just trying to keep it low just to get small business moving on this. All platforms included. The script for your website is installed, or you can actually give it to your IT guy, and we'll give you that code and he can put it up. QR code for scanning, updates and software upgrades, unlimited. There's no more to pay, you know. Unlimited support. Free outbound service, design of your first app, and part of the community as well. Now, that's what I just told you, $495 value. You can, if you order now, but if you ring me tomorrow and you order tomorrow, I'm not going to do this this call with you. Okay, so this offer is only available now. And you know, do you want more business? There's 84% increase in new business activity because of the mobile app marketing methods. It works. It really does work. And I hope I've shown you how it works today. How big is the mobile businesses? And this is what small business is saying, that small businesses that go mobile ahead of others can expect to enjoy a share of new business that is larger than their original market share. This represents a brand new arena of opportunity, and you really can't afford to miss this. Don't be doing like what I was doing. Like, once I found the internet, I didn't look back, and you know that. Now, if you don't want the installments, if you want to save some money, there's a one-off cost, right? But we don't ask for that all up in front, because we want to show that we can do the work for you. So if you want to do the 3 installments, you're going to save about $1,000, I think it is. The other payment plan is over 2 years. This one, the total comes to $4,194, and that's for 2 years. So you just have a look how incredibly reasonable this is. Your app marketing each year is like $2,000. Like it's so incredibly reasonable, and you can get to your clients. You can send out as many times as you want to them. However, you wouldn't want to just keep spamming them, because they're going to take off your notifications. All right. So the offer for now is you have a choice. You can just buy the app at $4,197. You get the bonus pack that's included. You get that from me as well, the phone call or the Skype call, whatever. You have 2 options, and this is more or less the end of the presentation, although we can have maybe a question or 2. So here's your choice: $297 deposit, $49 a week over 2 years, or this option as well. No other costs associated with that. That's one-off cost. It includes all your graphics, your hosting, everything. And all you need to do is go to cleverbusinessapps.com/yes and order the product. So is there anybody, I sort of feel like I probably answered most of your questions based on the other webinars I've done, but is there anybody out there who has any questions they'd like to ask? Okay, we have a question here from Dom. He wants to know what happens after the 2 years. Okay, after the 2 years, I can't tell you what's going to happen in 2 years. What technology will be out there, whether apps will be different or whether they won't. What will happen as of today, for what I know, right, in 2 years' time, what will happen is we will come to you and say, do you want to continue with the app? And we will charge you hosting for the app. All right. Now that hosting fee will, probably be something, I don't know, maybe the $49 or something like that. It won't be another app reconfiguration, because what happens is every time the app software updates, every time there's new information in that, we will update the app along the year. So in 2 years' time, I don't think we're going to have to remake the app, because the app will have the latest information that we have on it, the latest technical information. It'll just be whether you want to continue. Now, I would imagine in 2 years' time, you'd have thousands of clients on your apps. You'd be, absolutely delighted to pay a mere $50 a week to keep the product going, because you will be achieving far, far more in sales. Okay, right. Okay, so we have another question here. What about I mentioned the in-app advertising before. Yeah, okay. So Deborah asks, how do you make money advertising using the app? Okay, Deborah. Well, there are a couple of ways that you can actually do that. One way is by using advertising like what I said earlier on, whether you want to use Facebook ads or Google ads. You can actually, make money by having ads through your app. But what a really cool way is doing is actually selling space on your app to companies that are what I call sister companies. So let's say, for example, you've got a weight loss system. Let's go back to Shirley, and her weight loss system, she buys products. Now, weight loss is something that both men and women use, but maybe she's doing skincare as well. maybe her skincare distributor wants some advertising on her app. Well, she can sell space on her app that her skincare distributor can actually promote through. Now, they just might want to promote education. As Shirley might go to the local gym, and she might say to her local gym, hey, listen, what I'd like to do is to get you on my app. It's going to cost you, say, $500 a year to get on board. But what that'll do is that'll advertise to all my weight loss clients, and most of them live in this area. It's going to advertise to them that you have a gym and that you have a special because you are one of my clients. So all they have to do is go in and show the app, and you'll give them the special. Now you can say to the gym, hey, how about we do a free session once a month, and we'll get all my clients in, and we'll do a free session. You can get one of your personal trainers there, and you know, so that we'll send a push notification out from your company saying, hey, all the weight loss this is only to weight loss clients. We're having a free session with, you know, some Michelle, who's a personal trainer, and she's going to do special weight loss tips and tricks, exercises. And I would imagine that would be incredibly successful. Now, what that will do, if you got $500 a year from a gym and $500 a year from your distributor, and $500, like, I mean, it would only take you, what would it take you? 4 companies you'd need to get on your app, and that will cover the cost of your app. And it's only going to cost those companies $10 a week to advertise, and you'd use companies that are relevant to your industry, and I'm sure that they'd be delighted with the results. But what's really nice is those companies are going to give your app out as well. So not only will they benefit from your clients, you will benefit from their clients, and it'll get you closer to that company as well, because you both got the same goals, and you're on the same app, and you've got the same thing. You can put their website on the app, so they've got all their information there. It's as I said, it's a really easy process, and we can help you set that one up as well. Okay, so what I'll do now is, if there's no more questions, is there any more? Can't see any more questions coming through. Do you know what? If you go to the Clever Business Apps /yes, right down the very bottom of that page, you will see that there's a free book that I have left there for you. Now that has the Mondo app link. It has different ways you can preview some of the apps for you to have a look at, and it has some great information that I've put together that I hope will help you in your business. And I really appreciate you coming today. Thank you very much, and I look forward to doing business with you. If you want, all my details are in that document as well, so certainly download it. If you want to talk to me, my Skype details are there as well, and my email. Drop me an email, send me a Skype, and if you're going to Skype me, just make sure you put that you've come from the webinar so that I know. And if you need any more information, certainly ask me. And in the near future, we'll be running a referral program. So if you know businesses who could use this app, certainly please come and please notify me that you're interested in the referral program, because I'm really wanting to get this out to Australian businesses, small businesses. We need to get on board. And I look forward to you all coming on board with me as soon as you possibly can. Thank you for coming, and have a wonderful day.